What if the fate of a kingdom rested on the shoulders of a lonely princess? Let me tell you a story about Princess Lyra, a girl whose heart yearned for connection in a world where her every move was scripted by royal tradition. Join me as I take on the challenge of finding a way to save the lonely princess before time runs out. Once upon a time, in the heart of the kingdom of Lumera, there lived a princess named Lyra. From the outside, her life seemed perfect. Beautiful gowns, grand feasts, and a castle full of treasures. But deep within, Princess Lyra carried a sadness no one could see. Her days were filled with royal duties, meeting advisors, studying diplomacy, and attending endless formal gatherings. But what Lyra longed for most was a friend, a true companion who would laugh with her, listen to her dreams, and share in her adventures. Her parents, King Alden and Queen Maris, loved her dearly, but were overly protective. They feared the world outside the castle walls and insisted that Lyra stay within the confines of her royal life. "It's for your safety," they would say, though Lyra often wondered if they even saw how lonely she was. Lyra's days felt like a gilded cage. She would watch from her tower as children played in the village below. Their laughter would drift up to her like a song she couldn't sing. She dreamed of joining them, of feeling the grass beneath her feet and hearing stories from people who weren't there to bow or curtsy. But her kingdom expected perfection from her. "A princess must be dignified," the court advisors reminded her. "Your people look to you for strength." Lyra wanted to be strong for her people, but how could she when her own heart felt so heavy? One day, while wandering the castle gardens, Lyra discovered an ancient fountain hidden behind a wall of ivy. Its waters shimmered with a strange golden light. She leaned closer, and to her amazement, a voice echoed from the fountain. "Princess Lyra," it said gently, "your loneliness has been heard. The answers you seek lie not in the confines of your duties, but in the courage to follow your heart." The voice belonged to a mystical creature, a sprite named Eleanor, who had been watching over Lumora for centuries. Eleanor told Lyra of her gift, the ability to craft beautiful melodies that could bring people together. "Your voice is powerful," Eleanor explained. "With it, you can break through the walls that separate you from others, but you must be brave enough to use it." Lyra felt a spark of hope ignite within her. Could her music be the key to the connection she longed for? That evening, Lyra summoned all her courage and stood on the castle balcony overlooking the village. She sang for the first time, her voice carrying a melody so heartfelt that it silenced the bustling streets below. Her song spoke of loneliness, of yearning, and of the power of togetherness. As the villagers listened, they began to gather beneath the castle, holding lanterns and singing along. The sound reached King Alden and Queen Maris, who stood in awe at the sight. For the first time, they truly saw their daughter, not just as a princess, but as a young woman with a heart full of dreams. From that day on, Lyra's life began to change. She used her music to bring her people together, hosting open concerts in the castle gardens where anyone could join. Her parents, inspired by her bravery, allowed her to explore the kingdom and meet its people face to face. Lyra's loneliness faded as she discovered friendships, stories, and the warmth of true connection. And as her heart healed, so did the kingdom, becoming more united and joyful than ever before. And so, Princess Lyra's story reminds us all of the power of courage, creativity, and connection. What about you? Have you ever felt lonely like Princess Lyra? How did you find your way to connection? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to check out my other magical stories. Let's keep the magic alive together.